It's Wednesday. Commuting again. Let's go to work. Gotta earn that bread.
Hey friends, it's Grace again, and I bring you another few days in my 30-something life as I go to panels and plays and book clubs and muse about life's contradictions and identity splintering and conversations with strangers. Interested? Please stick around. I'm on my way to meet Dee for our monthly dinner and a show date that I think I've told you about before. We had to skip last month because I think our schedules just didn't work out, so I'm very excited for tonight. We're going to Minetta Lane Theater again, the Audible theater that I told you about that we watched the Disappear play at a couple months ago. We're returning there to see a play that's starring Hugh Jackman. It's called The Sexual Misconduct of the Middle Classes. Alright, heading home now. That was a super fun night. Really enjoyed the play. It wasn't like the newest, most original story because it's basically about a power imbalanced relationship between a young girl, a teenage girl, a freshman girl, and her college professor, which is a pretty common trope, but I felt the writing was very sharp and witty, and of course Hugh Jackman and the actress, her name's Ella Beatty. She's a daughter of Annette Bening and Warren Beatty, which I didn't put two and two together. They delivered really great performances, so very much enjoyed it, and more so really loved seeing Dee. It's been over a month since we last saw each other. I think that's the longest we've gone without seeing one another, so it would have been great to have more time to actually chat. Obviously we talked during dinner, which is great, and a little bit on the path home. It's a special relationship to me because we're able to be more raw and vulnerable with one another, which I think we can all agree is not always possible, even in friendships, good friendships. So yeah, that was really nice. I miss meeting up with Dee during the work day because we used to work very close to one another in the West Village, but now we have been torn apart as I am now in Midtown, so no more coffee dates for us, but definitely want to continue this tradition of dinners and plays every month. So now we gotta go look up the next play or show, any kind of show, doesn't always have to be a play, to watch together. Morning on my morning commute to the office. It's been about a couple weeks now since I've been commuting to this new location, so I feel like I've got my commute route pretty much figured out for the time being, at least. We'll see. Once the weather gets insanely hot, I'll have to come up with an alternative, but for now I'm really enjoying it, and it involves a lot of walking, which is why I'm saying I'll have to switch it up once the temperature gets insane. Helps me get my steps in at least. I walk over 10,000 steps a day just from the commute alone. I love it. Hello, I've gotten off work and I've come downtown to the Bowery area because I'm attending a lit club event. It's going to be a literary author talk with a bunch of lit fic authors on the panel, including Mary H. Choi, the Korean-American author. She wrote this book, Yoke, that I really enjoyed a couple years ago. And they're going to be discussing the importance and the power of lit fic. So I'm very excited.
There's so few spaces and incidences of just like being humane. I think that like increasingly we talk about sort of societal rigors and like systemic trends, and like certainly with like the lack of a middle class, the same thing can be seen for like this like zeitgeist that is such a monoculture. And there's so much like fetishization about this like end product. Like everything is just sort of like effortlessly gleaming and like, we're done, you know? And like, again, like I write about transition, but my God, like I don't know a single human being who does not feel constantly in flux.
That was such an incredible event. I will tell you more when I get home. Okay, I have just returned home. I'm currently boiling some water because I'm going to have some ramen for dinner. Oh, my cat just knocked down the camera viewfinder. Dinner is going to be ramen because I'm too lazy to make anything else. But while the water is boiling, I thought I'd give you a quick recap of the event. I mean, I knew it was going to be good because I feel like a lot of Lit Club's events are pretty thoughtful and well curated. And Kelly, who's the founder of Lit Club, she also moderated the whole panel. So questions were really good. Panelists themselves were amazing. So it wasn't all authors on the panel. There were just two authors, Mary H.K. Choi, who is the Korean American writer that I told you about. She mostly writes YA, but she is debuting her first like adult novel called Pool House, which is coming out very soon. So I'm definitely gonna give that a read. One of her earlier novels, Yoke, was the one that I'd read a few years ago and how I discovered her. And I really resonated with it a lot because it does talk about, you know, the dissonance of identity that comes with, you know, being an immigrant, but also like body image and a lot of themes that I related to quite a bit. And it gave me a lot of comfort at the time that I read it, which was when I was living alone in London and was kind of feeling lost in life. So I just really loved that novel. She was amazing. The other author's name was Jeff Rickley, who is the frontman of a rock band. I don't listen to a ton of music, so I wasn't too familiar. And I listened to some of his songs from his band Thursday as I was coming home, and he's great. The whole band is great. But he wrote a book, I think it's supposed to be autobiographical, or at least very heavily influenced by his own experiences of addiction and recovering from that. He was the other author on the panel. The other two panelists were more influential voices in the literary fiction space. I particularly loved listening to Jeff Rickley and Mary H.K. Choi talking about their approach to the craft of writing, what goes through their minds as they're developing plots and developing characters. But most importantly, because the whole topic of today's event was all about the importance and power of literary fiction. A lot of them were talking a lot about how character-driven literary fiction is compared to a lot of other genre fiction, and how less like clear-cut and less resolution-based literary fiction can be, and how that ambivalence and ambiguity and complexity can really hold up a mirror to the world and to society and to oneself, to the reader, and give the reader a means with which to understand some of the challenges that life can throw at you, the inexplicable things that you experience as a human being, contradictions, and the splintering that always happens within your own identity, the influxness of it, and how all of that can also give you a lens to empathize with other people and have a little more empathy towards yourself. The things they were saying articulated the things that I have always loved so much about literary fiction. So that was amazing. Yeah, they said so many other things that are so inspiring to me. And what I love Lit Club is they always give you like a notepad to jot your thoughts down on. I wrote down so many things as I was listening to the panelists, like incredible phrases that they used. They gave a bunch of book recommendations as well, so that's on the back, just to keep that separate. But there was so much that I wanted to capture and read back, and it made me realize I should really carry around a notepad to just take notes and jot down reflections and observations as I'm going through life, going to events definitely, and these types of experiences, not just book related, just any type of experience. I feel like I want to carry around something in which I can record my live in the moment reflections, because everything's connected, right? You can get inspiration from anything. Oh, they also gave us this tote, cute tote. That says Audible Story House, which apparently is a pop-up. Yeah, I guess I didn't tell you about the venue, Audible Story House, which is a really cool, I think it's 1 month, maybe a few months long pop-up by Audible. obviously it's like a listening lounge. There's like little listening pods and stations, and there's like a coffee shop and a bar on the second floor. So you can go and they have like headphones and things like that and listen to audiobooks there. There's also like a separate event space deeper in where they host things like tonight's event. They do like speed dating events. I think I was looking on their website and they do like craft events. There's an event coming up for Victorian era card making, which I don't need, like every part of that is so intriguing to me. So they do that type of stuff. So the space was super cool. And I made a new friend who we were just sitting next to each other. So we got to talking. She apparently works for Audible. So that was really cool. She's like a brand ambassador. So she was telling me about the different types of events that she was involved in. She was at BookCon. She told me Audible had like a lounge that was part of BookCon. So we were kind of like commiserating over how insane of an experience BookCon was. I am now going to eat and then go to bed. So tomorrow's another work day. It is the most beautiful day in New York. Spring is in full bloom. We came into the city to meet up with a friend in a little bit. My boyfriend is getting a haircut at a hair salon nearby. So I'm just trying to find a coffee shop that I could sit down and read at. And I think I found it. About to commute. Second day of nearly 90-degree weather. Yesterday it went beyond 90 degrees. Right now it's like 85, I think. Crazy. Oh my gosh, I should have bought my sunglasses. We have arrived. I walked a total of 4 minutes and I'm already sweating. It's painful. Hi, I am clearly off of work now. I'm in the Seaport area, took the bus downtown because I'm going to another book club hosted by Lit Club NYC, and we are meeting at this bar that I'm sitting right outside. I'm in this like outdoor area, a bar called Sadie's, to discuss the book of the month, which is called Lazar. It's a translated novel by a Hungarian author named Nelio Biedermann, who is like he's like basically a prodigy, or like he just broke out onto the scene because he wrote the book when he was 22 years old. I believe he's like 25 or 26 right now. And the novel is getting a lot of acclaim. It's like a historical fiction / like a little bit of magical realism mixed into what was loosely based off of his own family history, set in the very turbulent and tragic geopolitical landscape of 20th century Hungary. So interesting novel. I'll definitely share a lot more about my thoughts, and if those thoughts change coming out of the discussions that we'll have in just a little bit afterwards. But yeah, that's what I'm here for. Excited for another, I think it's my third Lit Club book club event now, and maybe my fourth or fifth Lit Club event as a whole. But yeah, very excited. This is a nice area. I honestly thought it would be thunderstorming by now because that's what the weather forecast told me. And it's still projected to start raining in the next few hours. I am not looking forward to that because weather's been really muggy the past couple days. So I'm sure the rain won't help at all. But regardless, we'll be indoors and I'll be enjoying the event, I'm sure. It's just the journey home that'll be a little painful. I just watched back the footage and I realized the angle is insane because I have the camera propped up against my phone because I'm too shy to film outright in public. But that's why I look like the last girl. Clouds are coming. I'm in the Oculus. I'm going to take the path from here to Hoboken. Just spent 10 minutes wandering around trying to find the restrooms before I realized that they're closed because it's past 9 p.m. So I'm gonna have to hold in my pee for the next 40 minutes. On my walk back home, but I am frankly really tired. It's like almost 10 p.m. right now, and by the time I get home it'll be past 10 p.m. So I think I'm going to actually rain check on giving you a recap and update you at a later time. I will say I had a lot more fun at today's book club than I did at some of the other like club events. I think that is just a testament to great chemistry and rapport that I had with a group of people that I was randomly matched with for some of the breakout discussions tonight. That is all that I will leave you with. Wow, it's really loud here. Oh, one more thing. I won the raffle and I got a signed copy of the book, which is so unexpected because I never win anything ever. So that was fun. But yeah, that's it. I will update you at a future time. We're home. I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten dinner yet. I just had one Hugo Spritz at the book club event, but no food. So I'm gonna go home and eat. It's 10, a little past 10 p.m.